for an entrepreneur, would you guide them more towards their heart and their purpose over versus the commercial sense that a company might make?
Well, absolutely. It all starts with it. Well, for me, and I guess that's what I don't know if it's a point of difference, but I'm purpose driven, and what I've discovered is you will get so much more productivity out of an individual who is driven by a purpose than they are driven by, a commercial idea or, making money. So for me, and I've seen this within our K2s, you see these K2s come in some cases they already have a relatively successful business. One guy in particular I can think of, he came in with a $6 million business, but he was just going through the motions. We then helped him identify his purpose, and within 6 months he was at a $12 million business. And all of a sudden he had this, it was almost like he had started it again for the first time, and he had this drive and this passion, and he was at the point where he was ready to sell, but he just disconnected from what was important to him. And I don't think we need more commercial people in this world. I think we need more people. I've even seen people, like certain people bag this whole heart-centered entrepreneur thing. And I was like, you know what? I'd much rather work with a heart-centered entrepreneur than some fucking money-hungry douchebag any day of the week. And so for me, with whatever your passion is, I'd be looking to replicate whatever that is. And for me, I want to replicate consciousness in the business space. And not just because it makes people, better people, but it also makes you better business people because you're more aware, you see more.
100%. So for people that obviously, if we take it right back to the passion and the purpose part, for people that have fears and setbacks and things they're not, and a lot of people are obviously trying to get out of their shell here today, what would you say to those people, the fears that are holding them back?
Well, first of all, understand fear is practical and it's going to prepare you, and it's there by design to build whatever is required or to make you go, well, I'm not ready, I need to go and do it. But if you get to that point where you're in a constant preparation mode, you're never going to move forward. But setbacks, obstacles, they're never going to change. They're only going to become more frequent and probably bigger based on the scale of the business. And I'm a big believer in, the obstacles you've got in your life are there by design because you've set the intention to create something, but you're lacking, between where you are now and where you want to go, you're lacking skills, knowledge, and experience. And the obstacles are there to bring your attention to skills, knowledge, or experience that you need. And I think, so many entrepreneurs are trying to think it's supposed to be an easy ride. It's not. Now, those obstacles are there by design to prepare you for what's next.
Beautiful. What would you say in terms of being real and authentic for this community that we're trying to build, to take off that mask? What advice would you give me in order to do that, especially with the video?
I suppose the question is, how do you tell someone to be themselves, It's about peeling the layers back of what you've been, perhaps socially conditioned to believe you have to be. And for me, like as I said, my earlier journey, I started wearing suits, not because I wanted to wear suits. I fucking hate suits, but I thought I had to. I used to be a very professional and polished speaker, and I wouldn't swear, and I'd get off stage and I'd be like, fuck it, and I was like, you know what? And I got to the point where I felt like actually, that's a good question. I got to the point where I had the realization that I was a chameleon. And I could go into any situation, on stage, off stage, and I could mold my personality to get what I wanted in any situation. And it wasn't until I literally had one day where I was like, I came off stage and my mentor just belted me around the head. Just like, who the fuck was that on stage? That was just some obnoxious, arrogant little fuck. That wasn't Kerwin. I want to see Kerwin. And I wandered around, I was Perth at the time, I wandered around Perth, and I just so happened to wander up this side street where a lady collapsed right in front of me and died right in front of me. The ambulance crews came in, CPR revived her, she died, she went back. I had to help put her on this thing, came down, and then I sat there as we put her in the ambulance. They took off, and there was a plaque on the ground that said October 1974, which is the month I was born and the year that I was born. And I actually assessed, and I was like, okay, I've been here now for like 26, 27 years, and I don't even know who I am. And I made a decision in that moment that I was just going to pursue who I was. And that was when I took some time off. I traveled overseas, and I just wanted to find myself.
Thanks, mate.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it.
Good luck.
Go on.